Hey folks, this clip is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Get $30 off your order of perfectly aged steaks, juicy burgers, and decadent desserts with our promo code VOLS, that is VOLS, Omaha Steaks. Again, Maui Ahuna's family gets all the way from Hawaii to Arizona to watch their family member play, and he is stonewalled by the NCAA. There are few things like Tennessee sports can screw up, and it makes me mad. It makes me sad. It throws me off. I don't know if anything angers me more than this absolute, utter heap of BS that we always get with the stupid NCAA, a organization that I pray for the end of, that I hope sooner rather than later we see the complete dissolution of. What a garbage organization that does nothing of benefit and that should be thrown into the ocean. That Maui Ahuna's family flew over to get to Arizona and they couldn't watch their kid play baseball. It's so annoying. I hate this so much. They say we're helping student athletes. It's for the student. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you don't grant their eligibility, you stupid morons. I hate this, Zach. I'm sorry. I could rant all day about this.
No, I mean, I think it's totally fair. The NCAA clearly does not really care about student athletes or what's best for them because this is almost like it feels like vindictive in a way for whatever reason they might have. You're punishing a kid, you're punishing his family. As Eric mentioned in the comments, airfare is not cheap, and Tennessee was under the impression that he was going to play. They've known Ben McKee appeared on 104.5 The Zone from Ben McKee of 24/7 Sports, who's covered Tennessee baseball since before it was trendy, and he mentioned that there was something that happened with a flight. I believe maybe Tennessee flew Maui Ahuna out to Knoxville or to wherever, something along those lines. Tennessee self-reported the violation. They've known about it internally for a while. They didn't feel like that it was going to prevent him from playing. They thought it would be resolved in plenty of time with weeks to spare before the season started, and it just keeps getting pushed back and getting pushed back. And then the weekend comes up and it's not resolved. He doesn't get to play. They don't get to see their family member play. Wasted trip. He's disappointed. They're disappointed, frustrated. And the NCAA, what takes so long to get these eligibility issues cleared up? I mean, if Tennessee deals with this in a sport, in one of the major sports, every single year. I mean, we've seen it with basketball. We've seen it with football with various players. Now with baseball, like, it's absurd. There's nothing that prevents them from saying this checks out, let him play. It's not going to be a big deal. We'll figure all this out, especially in the NIL era now. I mean, I know there's rules that still have to be followed, so everything's fair and on the up and up, whatever. It's frustrating to see because the NCAA could easily prevent this from happening. And if they were really for the student athlete, they would. I know there's situations where eligibility is an issue and there are things that have happened. Each case is unique in its own way, but come on, like, what are we doing? What are we doing at this point with all the stuff that has gone on, that knowingly has gone on in different sports over the years, and you're keeping a kid from playing because of an issue like this? It's silly. It's disappointing. I feel bad for him and for his family, and that's just outside of the Tennessee side of things. Like, who cares about the actual games? Like you said, it's baseball. You will make up for it down the road. This weekend's not going to be a setback. It's not going to keep you from going to Omaha or anything like that. So it's just, I can't believe we're still dealing with these types of issues.
Spring is in the air, and that can only mean one thing: spring grilling. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to spring into something delicious with their semi-annual sale. It starts Wednesday, February 22nd, so make sure you mark your calendar and get 50% off site-wide. Grab all your favorites like perfectly aged tender steaks, ocean fresh seafood, juicy burgers, air-chilled chicken, and decadent desserts. Plus, when you go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code VOLS, that is VOLS, at checkout, you'll get an additional $30 off your order. It's the perfect way to get fired up and spring into something special. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code VOLS at checkout and take advantage of this deal. I've had Omaha Steaks plenty now. It comes right to your door. So convenient, so tasty. Can't recommend it enough. Go and get it. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship your order right away, and you're going to want to hurry because 50% off site-wide is only happening for a limited time, so don't miss your chance to save. Visit omahasteaks.com. Use promo code VOLS at checkout and get an additional $30 off when you shop their semi-annual sale today. Again, it starts February 22nd. Mark those calendars and get your Omaha Steaks. Minimum order may be required. That's Omaha Steaks promo code VOLS. It really is unbelievable that this is still happening. The organization is so irrelevant that they have to just grasp on to these few certain things. I mean, Nugs and Dester, they both say it here in the comments. The SEC needs to secede from the NCAA. Absolutely. They serve no purpose. They have no real, benefit that they bring at all in any way, especially to leagues like the SEC. I think you can make an argument for sports, non-revenue producing sports. They can help in some ways there, but as far as sports that really produce TV revenue and that are extremely popular, I mean, the NCAA has nothing to offer at all. They know that, and so they do stupid things like this. But you look across the board at LSU. The reason they're so highly ranked this season is that they had a bunch of transfers come in, like Tennessee did. And all of those guys played this weekend. They were fine. They got their eligibility. And you think LSU's not doing the same exact stuff that Tennessee is doing? Are you kidding me? And so it's arbitrary. It's ridiculous. It's moronic. And this has just happened a bunch of times now because it happened with Brew McCoy. It happened with Euros Plavsic. It happened. This is not the first go around with this.
Cade Mays. Cade Mays had something.
Cade Mays. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I mean, this protracted going back and forth with the NCAA. Oh, maybe it's USC's fault, like with Brew McCoy, where everybody was yelling at USC and all that stuff. Who knows the real details there? I don't care if it's Kansas's fault, if it's the NCAA's fault, whatever idiot is out there holding this kid back from playing the sport that is his future. He's going to be an MLB player. Cut it out. Get out of the way. Stop it. Nobody cares about you. And
it's like just
an embarrassment.
The easy answer, and before we, I know we don't get hung up on this too much longer, but it should be like an appeal process. When a player's suspended in a pro sport, you appeal it, you keep playing until the decision is made. Like you can't, like Maui Ahuna cannot go back and get those games back this weekend.
Exactly.
His family can't get that time back. Like that's gone. It's lost.
Can't get their money back for the plane tickets.
Yeah, but you let him play, and then they whatever. Like I don't think it's probably a big deal at all. He's going to be cleared eventually, but you let him play, and if something comes up later, then you deal with it. Okay, he has to sit out a weekend or whatever. Then you can handle it. It gives Tennessee more time to prepare. NCAA is not going to do that though, because there's no reason to not let him play. So this is their way of punishing him and Tennessee when they know it's all going to be on the up and up and it's going to be cleared and everything will be okay. This is their way of proactively punishing him before that happens. And it's just, it's a shame. There's no checks and balances with the NCAA, and that's, until there is, it's going to keep on happening.
Yeah, makes me sick. And, it kind of makes you wonder with how many times it's happened now just in the last few years, is it the Jeremy Pruitt stuff? Why does the NCAA have it out for Tennessee? What is this? Like, is Maui Ahuna serving the penance for Jeremy Pruitt right now?
Which would be ridiculous because Tennessee, they were so upfront with every single thing from the moment they fired Pruitt. It was all pretty much out there. They took responsibility. They took blame. They worked with the NCAA. They pretty much paid for the investigation, so the NCAA doesn't even have to pay for that dime. The lawyer, all that stuff, the NCAA was present for all of that. Tennessee basically paid for all of their work to be done for them. What can you have against Tennessee at this point when it comes to that? And $60,000, too, is what we're talking about. Jeremy Pruitt, is that enough to sink a program or to have a target on your back from the NCAA? I don't know.
I would
maybe
certainly hope not, but I don't put it past the vacuous individuals that lead that place up over in Indianapolis. I could rant all this all day, but I just screw those guys. The NCAA, like I said, I pray for the day that organization ends and that college sports are finally free of them. But such is life. Here we are. So there is that.